Hello, everybody, and welcome. We are blessed today with Kevin Bilberry from MoveTube, and we have been seeing some fantastic testimonials from loan officers that are just absolutely loving the tool and using it as a leverage point to open up conversations and win listing relationships, but also just like the incredible tool that MoveTube is. So I'm honored to have the founder on here. Kevin, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Good to be here with you.
Awesome. So, for those listeners that haven't been introduced to MoveTube yet, what is MoveTube? How does it work? How are loan officers using it?
Yeah, 100%. So MoveTube, really, it's a couple different things. To a consumer, MoveTube is a TV application. We pioneered putting real estate search on TV devices like Roku, Amazon Fire, LG, Samsung. We actually have 6 bills. We just changed how people search real estate. It's kind of like when you go into your TV, you pick up your remote and you go in and search like when you search your Netflix, right? So you're
Yep.
on there searching movies with your TV, with your family. We've done that with real estate search. We've actually kind of made it entertaining. So to consumers, it's been a hit. All right. Now, how do loan officers and agents benefit? Well, with agents, what we're doing is we're showcasing them. We're showcasing their brand and their listings. If they're working with a partnered loan officer, then we do some special things for their listings on MoveTube. So in beta testing of that, when we first started playing with that concept, we started getting agents telling us, "Man, this is making all the difference for me on my listing presentations." If you go to MoveTubeStudio.com, we're just launching a brand new site for MoveTube Studio, and you'll see some testimonials to that effect. We just had on our we do Friday Zooms with all our members, and Nate Carver, you know Nate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate's a go-getter, man, and he's just done so well with us. And one of his agents, he was actually doing a podcast with her, and she explained that. She's like, when I go on a listing presentation, generally I'm up against it with I've got competition, and I understand people, they interview a few agents. She's like, but man, when I show them MoveTube, explain to them, I'm going to put your listing, I'm going to showcase it on your streaming TV device. She's like, their eyes light up, and they're like, oh my gosh, show me that. How is that going to work? And she's like, it works. I win.
That's
So,
amazing.
yeah, so that's kind of the MoveTube, the TV aspect of it. But we're more than streaming TV. Just like you, Chris, we've embraced AI for real estate marketing. You've
Yep.
done it on the mortgage side with all the follow up and all those great things. We've done it on the marketing side, and we in the dashboard of MoveTube Studio, you can generate something we call a listing trailer, which is
Yep.
it's about a minute long video. Just launched a new version for 2025 with new visuals, and I can show that to you. But what it does is it takes because we have all the real estate data from the MLSs, the AI will actually read the agent comments. It'll read area data, and then come up with a nice little original narration, a pitch for about a minute long. And then what's really cool is once you got that narration, you can quickly choose a voice. We
Yep.
have several pro voices, but you can also clone your voice. So some of our loan officer clients are cloning their voice, and they're using their voice as the narrator of all their agents' videos. Now the agents can do that as well. They can clone their voice. So that's been a real big hit. So and then we're doing something called digital property cards. We're getting into multi languages. You can
Yep.
create really, Chris, I can make you miraculously name the language, Russian. It's like, I assume you don't speak Russian, but in MoveTube Studio you do. So we're doing all those cool things. So we're talking to loan officers here. So like for example, how did Nate Carver and people like Nate are going out there and just slaying it, getting agents on board?
Yep.
Well, we have some pre-made marketing materials to go out and pitch agents.
Yep.
Are you leveraging the growing trend of streaming TV and AI to enhance your brand and win listings?
Yes.
Agents are always intrigued by that pitch. Okay, loan officers hit me up all the time with stuff. I've not heard that one yet. That's a very
Yep.
common response we get. We just had Tracy out in oh, I forget where Tracy's at, but Tracy Tracy Lindsay was on one of our calls, and she said that she had been really working hard for a good period of time trying to get in with this one particular brokerage. And she's like, I kept striking out, but man, once I put MoveTube in my arsenal, the broker listened. She's like, oh, that's it. That's intriguing. I want to
Yeah,
see that. She showed up, showed it to her, and got into that office and actually ended up with several contracts.
that is
So,
amazing. And Kevin, so when you go into the tool, can
yeah.
you put like if I've got that qualified agent that I really want a relationship with, can I go into the tool and put one of their listings in there, generate that little trailer video, and then send it out to the agent as like a, hey, check this out. Do you want to learn more?
Yeah. So not
How does it work?
if you're thinking, well, they're real easy to set up, right? So let's say you're
Okay.
in an office, let's say you're in a scenario like that. You've got a qualified agent you want to bring into the platform. It's easy to set them up and then generate that. Like, here, do you want this?
Right.
And you're not going to get no. Nobody's getting a no. So, um, but can you add somebody ahead of time and then say, here, do you want this without first talking to them? The answer to that's no, only because it's everything has to be permission based, right? We just
Right.
can't take their data and brand them and create these really robust tools without their knowledge.
Right.
There's MLS rules to that, because if you were to get somebody that didn't like it, like, where did you get my data? You can get that kind of response.
Right.
And that's a good question, Chris, because we do get loan officers occasionally will ask that, hey, can I go generate something ahead of time and show it to them with their face on it? And that's the thing. It's like, you don't need to. Show
Right.
them an example of what you've already done for another agent and
That's right.
explain, yeah, my agents are winning with this. Um, they're putting this on social media. They're having success with the TV side of this. So yeah,
And the TV side of it is so impactful. Like you actually like go onto your television, and Kevin, it's amazing what you've done because literally you go to Roku or any of these like you search the word real estate,
yeah,
and MoveTube is the app that shows up at the top. I remember hearing a great story about MoveTube where the agent is actually putting MoveTube up in the open house while people are walking through the house. And if I'm not mistaken, correct me wrong if I'm wrong, but once you partner with an agent on MoveTube, it also features you as the loan officer, if I'm not mistaken,
correct.
right?
Yes, yeah. Your branding as a loan officer goes, with all your partnered agents on their listings. And really, Chris, the philosophy is, and it's always been my philosophy, that the buyers go to where the homes are. The excitement's in the homes, not the loans. So that's always, that's where people go. I
Yeah.
mean, if I made a Roku app that was all about mortgages, go in here and search mortgages. Yeah, no one's going to use that. Nobody cares. And I'm talking from experience, because I'm a former loan officer. I was a
Yep.
loan officer for many years, and all my marketing was around properties.
Yeah.
I would just put my face in my little pitch with my loan services with properties, whether back in the day, whether that was FSBOs or other agents I was working with. That's what I did. It was very effective. And that's really what you're paying for as a loan officer, because it comes up about RESPA. How is this RESPA compliant? Because agents, at this point, the basic things have moved to that they get in there, or it's free to the agent. We've got a stance on that. But you're, as a loan officer, what you're paying for are all the tools, the loan officer exclusive tools, and the exposure in the apps and all the other marketing materials that you can generate in there. So you're paying for that. So we consider our loan officers kind of like advertisers. It's ad space, and
Right.
it's free to the agent because they're bringing the content that gives us that place to put the ad space.
Yep.
And also, without the agents bringing in listings, we don't have content. We don't have programming, right? We wouldn't have
Right.
viewers. So that's why we offer the studio tools free to the agent. But they have to partner with the loan officer.
Right.
They can come and sign up directly, but once they're in there, it prompts them, okay, your account's not fully functional until you choose a partner. And a lot of agents will do that. We're starting to do a lot of direct to agent conversations and marketing, and they get in there, and the loan officers see who they are as well. They can choose them if they haven't chose somebody already.
That's awesome. So a real estate agent finds out about the tool, comes and signs up. You're pairing them with a loan officer that's part
Yeah.
of MoveTube as a subscriber.
Yeah, they're prompted to select somebody. So we're not at this point, we're not auto pairing them,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah. But there's like a list that where you
yes.
can see all the interested agents and go out and make their own
Yep.
relationships.
And we
That's
also have something called free agents, where a loan officer could search their state where they lend and see if there's agents in there that have taken that step to create their account but haven't completed it by pairing with somebody and
right.
partnering with a loan officer. So that's a feature as well. You can get in there and search that. The other feature too for loan officers is they could search what we call unbranded agents. Now these are agents that are their listings are in MoveTube. Okay.
Okay.
We have in most markets, we have all the data. We have all the listings in there, but the agents aren't branded because they don't have a relationship with one of our loan officers. They don't have an account.
Yep.
Now, sometimes we get somebody will put up they'll kind of ask, well, then what's the benefit of me? What's the benefit if the listing's already in there? Well, because their listings are there, the agent's not branded. There's special things we do on those listings. They don't get any of the tools in MoveTube Studio. So, and I can tell you this, Chris, I've not had a loan officer tell me they've reached out to an agent, pulled it up. Well, my listing's already there. I don't need you. I don't. No, they always want to be branded in there. Agents have their egos, man. They want their face on it. They want their branding, and they want all the other tools that comes along with it.
Yeah. And they understand the power of the brand.
Of
And
course.
yeah, that is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
So when you see an agent, so a loan officer takes MoveTube, shows it to an agent, they've got listings, they come in, they're like, oh, this MoveTube thing is amazing, this is awesome. They come together, they start working together. What is the loan officer providing for each listing that MoveTube gives to them as
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah. 100%. So the first thing that happens is we connect the agent to their data. They again, once they're partnered with a loan officer, the listings will automatically do its thing on our TV apps without them doing anything. Okay,
wow.
so we have in the dashboard, and by the way, Chris, if you want to see any of this, I could definitely share my screen and show it to you, or I can just explain it. But if you are in, once a or agent's inside, there's a flyer they print out, list with me, showcase your home on TV, and there's actually a video that on a QR code they can pull up off that flyer and show them a video. It's about a minute long that explains what MoveTube is quickly to a consumer, and they can show that on a listing presentation. So, unlike a lot of these systems out there that are meant to partner, you're partnering with an agent. If the agent's not going in there and they're not engaging it, then they're really getting no value out of it. That's not true with MoveTube. A lot of agents, they may not necessarily go in and print out the flyers and create the videos. They should because they're so awesome, but they're not. They're still getting the benefit
Yeah.
because all they need to do is put that flyer, show that flyer on it, just put it in their listing presentation, show them, hey, this is one thing I'm going to do, and they'll see the difference. They'll see their potential sellers' eyes light up. And matter of fact, I just recorded a demo for agents, and in that demo, I told them if there's so many things you can do in MoveTube Studio, but I'm only going to ask you here are the basics. Just do two things, and you're going to be successful. The first thing is take this flyer, go on your listing presentation, use it in your marketing, list with me, and I'll get your home on TV. Use that pitch
Yep.
and just see what it does. That's number one, and we take care of the rest. Number two is take care of your loan officer that referred you in. Keep
Yeah.
that loan officer in mind. And we do kind of keep the loan officer top of mind. For example, the listing trailers. Now, just so you know, loan officers can go in and generate any of these things on behalf of their agents. The listing trailer literally takes a minute, 2 minutes max to create. It does the narration, you choose the voice, and then what we just started this last week, we're sending a text message to the agent on behalf of the loan officer, like, hey, your listing trailer is ready. Now, we used to just do it through email, but we find, text message, they read that.
Yep.
And then right on their text message, there's a little link there where they can quickly view the video and then share it right to Instagram, Facebook, uh, LinkedIn, TikTok, all those things, they can do it right off their phone. And it's the visuals are so good on it. The audio is great when it's playing. It's got the little audio wave. So when people are seeing on their socials, they're seeing, oh, that's actually saying something,
Yep.
But at every one of those text messages and every email we send out, there's a question on there. Do you have somebody that needs to be pre-approved for a mortgage today? And
Yep.
we pitch the loan officer. And we coach the loan officers, the good ones that are really good, and the MMA guys.
That's right.
I call them the Carl White disciples, man. I mean, those guys get it because what are they doing right when that text message goes out? They get the message too. They know it went out. Call the agent.
That's
Hey,
right.
did you get the text message? Like, that just sent out. That just went out. Do you need help sharing that? Do you need anything else on this listing? It's on TV. The MoveTube teams are going to put it on YouTube. We put the listing trailer, the video on YouTube. We do that. Our team does that. That's
Man,
important too because we're starting to grow subscribers there, and they tend to rank well in Google. Most of them get on the first page of Google for an address search, which is big.
yeah,
So
that's
those
really
are all, yeah, those are all points, man, to call the agent. I
that.
tell some of these loan officers are like, yeah, I'll Google the address the next day and see if it's first page, and when I see it is, what is that? That's a reason to call
Another
the
phone
agent.
call. Yep,
Hey,
exactly.
hey, agent, your listing's now. We got your video, number 4 right now today. Call your seller up. So,
Man, what
yeah,
a
we
way
just
to
get.
crush call reluctance. Given a
Oh
reason,
yeah,
call that agent, stay in touch, and then ask for the business.
yeah, that's a good point, Chris. Call reluctance because we've had some of our clients say this got them over it because it's just fun to talk about.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, and the
exciting.
value there, that's amazing. Hmm.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, if somebody wants to like check it out or see a trailer or a demo, where do people go to find out more about MoveTube?
It's MoveTube, MOVE Tube, like you're moving somewhere. MoveTube, like YouTube. MoveTube Studio, MoveTubeStudio.com, and that is the that's the part for loan officers and agents. That's where you log in to generate those things. Actually today we're just now pushing that new site live.
Wow.
So it's got all the new features. There's a video on there you can play. You can get an example of the listing trailers, the audio tours, which we're now doing up to 33 languages.
Wow.
So yeah, we have something called a digital property card. You'll see all examples of all that. It's kind of like a single property website and a digital business card had a baby, and that's yeah, and we call that a digital property card. It's interactive. It's got audio tours on it. English, Spanish, and you can choose a third language. So if you got an agent that maybe deals with another ethnic group, or like maybe you're in Michigan and you got a high Arabic community there, you can add that language. So just really fun stuff.
Man, that is fantastic, Kevin. Congratulations on building such an amazing tool. Like this is great. Um,
Yeah,
and I know how busy you are, but if I may, just a couple more minutes,
yeah, of
because
course.
for all of our listeners, like Kevin is a wicked smart guy and is dabbling in AI, and really I consider to be on the forefront of this stuff. And I would just love your thoughts on AI, mortgage marketing, real estate marketing. Where do you see it going? Just what's your big idea? What do you think on the trends for AI? Where do you see loan officers getting the most value from artificial intelligence?
Yeah, I'm seeing it, man. You got to embrace it. If you don't
Yeah.
embrace AI and use it as a tool and look at it as a helper, as a companion, not as a threat. Some people are viewing
Yes.
it as a threat. It's totally not.
Yeah.
Now where you've taken it is in the practical way, helping you with your daily workflow and all that. And that's great stuff. I've taken it to more of the creative side, making the fun things, the videos, cloning voices and have it, for the marketing stuff, because that's always been my strength, the creativity outside the box, like blowing away agents with like cool stuff that they've never seen before. But yeah, I use ChatGPT for so many things myself in teaching me platforms
Oh
that
yeah.
normally I've gotten better help from AI than I've gotten from actually calling like tech support or reading the documentation, it's helping us in
Yeah.
coding, it's doing all kinds of things. So as a loan officer, 100%, I mean, you've got to be out there, I mean, making those agent relationships.
Hmm.
And the nice thing is, agents are always kind of behind. They always lag behind in technology. So if you're really embracing the real estate marketing of tomorrow, which is actually happening today,
Yep.
you can really wow some agents. So yeah, we're fully embracing it. We're doing like the video content, the audio tours, all the ways to just get real creative with how we show listings to agents, and then of course promote the agents and the loan officer along with that. And also, Chris, we're working on a. I won't get too much into it. We've got a couple of really features that you're gonna love. But we are working on I know you've done some caller stuff. We're working on, real estate side because
Hmm.
we do have access to the data where you can train the AI to understand everything about a property. So if somebody calls in on a listing, it'll, it'll give the data on the listing, anything, to answer any questions on the property and then set that appointment for for the agent on behalf of the loan officer.
That is amazing. Oh man, Kevin. Well,
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that when that comes out. That's going to be incredible.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We're testing it now, getting it all trained up. And there's a little, I can't give it away, but there's a little marketing hook to it too that's gonna really make it stand out. And I can't wait to share that with you as well.
That is awesome. Well, we'll leave on a cliffhanger then. Kevin, thank you so much for your time and for being on the show. We really appreciate you.
Yeah,
And
thanks, Chris.
to all of our listeners, thank you for listening, and we will see you in the next episode.